Hello again. Let me fight with my computer for a second here. There we are. Okay. A little bit different here today. I've got, since we've gotten up to the modern, what would be the modern day in our building a history here, I figured I'd add a little bit of lore to it. One of our founding ancestors, Reguskaid, the one who settled the town of Children, scavengers who developed into a society of alchemists and artificers. She had to keep these goblin children entertained, so she told them stories, completely made up on the spot, not canon to any fantasy world, but this one was remembered, is still repeated, and even believed by some. In her words, in the beginning, there were goblins. We came down from the sky or up from the ground, maybe, who knows, who cares. We were there. The rocks in the caves and the foothills of the mountains were warm and dry and good for living. The deep forests had many big trees and lots of animals we could catch and eat. This was a happy time, way back in the past. One day we found more people had been made, further down the hills in the deep dark forests, in the bottoms of the valleys. There were orcs. These were happy neighbors and good people, and we all got along fine together. There were others too, we green-skinned people. But we were here first, put on the ground or up from the ground by titans or gods or whoever, to claim and care for and tend the land, plants and the animals. Then another people came to visit us. They came from the plains and the grasslands we could see in the far distance from our foothills. They were funny-looking people. No, I don't want Windows 11. Let's see, where was I? They were funny-looking people. They had white or brown skin, but we all had green skin. Their noses and ears and teeth were very small, so they probably couldn't hear or smell very well, and they probably couldn't chew hard food like we do. They were tall and skinny and looked very weak. We felt sorry for them and let them stay with us for a while. We found out they live long lives and are very picky about the food they eat. We offered to trade with them, the way we traded with the orcs and the others. Many times we traded the meat and skin from our hunts and shiny rocks we would find for the humans' wine, beer, and metal. Sometimes human traders would stay the night and drink with us and eat with us. Some of their men found goblin women pretty when they were drinking. Some of their women found goblin men handsome when they were drinking. We discovered that drinking beer and wine can make humans have good taste, sometimes. Soon after we discovered this, the ugly babies were born. The babies were so skinny and pale-skinned that we thought they would get sick and die. The only thing that made them less ugly was their pointed ears like we have. The humans and goblins who had ugly babies from drinking together sat down and decided they would bring all the ugly babies to a lonely place deep in the forest, far away from the orcs, far away from all the rest of us. There they could all be left to die of their sickness peacefully. So it was done. And we all decided that goblins and humans maybe shouldn't drink together so much anymore. Nobody thought about it for a very long time. Many years later, after many generations of goblins had lived and died, and after almost everyone had forgotten about the ugly babies, elves showed up. They said they came from a place deep in the forest and far away from all the other people. They were even pickier about what they eat than the humans were. They were snotty and thought they were better than everyone else. We tried to be nice. We offered to trade with them, but our meat and our skins weren't good enough for them. They thought their things were too good for us. We offered to drink with them, but our beer and wine wasn't good enough for them. They said theirs was too good for us. Then they decided they were stronger than us. Where was I? Give me a second while I fight with this antivirus. Then they decided they were stronger than us and wanted to drive us out of the forests and mountains and drive away the orcs and the humans and the hobgoblins and the bugbears and everyone else. This is why we don't like elves. This is also when we found out that elves can have good taste, but only if you cook them right. The elves started to make war with us, and with the orcs, and with the humans. They had wars with other people too. People we didn't even know were there yet, deep under the rocks of other mountains. They were called dwarves, but we didn't meet them for a long time. Over many generations of wars, we lost our homes in the foothills and the forests. The forests had no more animals. Many goblins died. The few of us that were left moved to new homes and tried to live near other people again. The humans were slow to trust others. The orcs were always preparing for more war with the elves, and the dwarves we met were secretive and didn't like anyone who wasn't a dwarf. Goblins decided then to find places to live where nobody else wanted to be. That way no one else would try to take away our homes. Humans had the same idea, but it took them longer to have the idea. So when they showed up, we just stayed to the edges, just outside their villages and farms, just inside the forests and swamps, the borders between real places are where most goblins live now, what sages call liminal places. It is a hard place and a hard way to make a life, but at least nobody would try to take it away from us. Maybe someday humans will trade with us again, but no more drinking together this time. All right, so we now have a goblin creation myth, but one that some of you might believe. Okay, so as always, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell me if there's things you would do differently, if there's things you like or don't like. Let me know what you think, and talk to you next time. Hey everybody. YouTube doesn't seem to like it, and doesn't seem to push videos if they're under 10 minutes, so in order to push this one up over the 10-minute mark, I decided we're going to watch my cat for a couple of minutes. Well, at least 30 seconds, maybe a bit longer. Hopefully you like her.
Her name is Mao. I think I just annoyed her. Looks like she's too busy eating her dinner to pay attention. So, talk to you next time.